woman can do so much, and each of you are that one woman. You can make up your mind what you want to do with this company. You are part of this wonderful company, and it's my pleasure to congratulate you on your decision to be part of the Mary Kay family. We're all connected, all sisters in our journey to make this world a better place. You belong here, and we are together. 42 years ago, there was a rich lady, a Mrs. Johnson, whom I was afraid to call. I almost threw away her name. I was so afraid. But after overcoming my fear, I decided to make that call anyway. From her booking, I got another and another. Finally, there was a party on that chain that postponed 3 times. When it finally held, I met a lady at that party that I ended up recruiting. Many of you know the story because from that one party, over 81 national sales director areas developed as time went on. Ladies, you have a Mrs. Johnson. There is someone right now that you are afraid to call to book a party. Make that call today, and you will be blessed 2 ways. First of all, you will overcome your fear. Secondly, you may get a booking. Think about what could happen if you made that one phone call. Who is your Mrs. Johnson? Something great could happen to you if you make that one phone call. At your parties, always invite everyone to become a Mary Kay consultant. It's hard to tell who's going to say yes, so ask everyone. You never know. It takes a lot of no's to get some yeses, so raise your chances by just asking more people. You know, we're still counting more and more national areas that started with Mrs. Johnson. New areas are forming every day. And besides that, I have more than one national area in Brazil, so there are even more in our national area, and there are more forming every day. Some of you are in a forming area. Let's have a hand for them. I am so proud of you for being part of a team that is moving up in Mary Kay the way it is. Ladies, the Anita Garrett Row area is #1 in all of Mary Kay because we are dedicated to holding parties and not facials. We know it is easier to do groups than one person at a time. I am so grateful to each and every one of them for understanding this. At your parties, always invite everyone to become a Mary Kay consultant. It's hard to tell who's going to say yes, so ask everyone. You never know. It takes a lot of no's to get some yeses, so raise your chances by asking more people. There was a man walking with his friend, and every time that he would see a lady walk by, he would say to the lady, "Give me a kiss." Time after time, the woman would slap him. The men kept walking along, and finally, after watching this misery go on and on, the incredulous friend said, "Look, man, you keep getting slapped. Why do you keep asking those women for a kiss?" The friend smiled and said, "Sometimes I get a kiss." So that's the way it is in our business and sales, ladies. You have to ask more people than you really need in order to get those golden yeses, just like that guy. It's no fun getting a no, but it won't kill you, and you can do it. There was a mama cat walking along the top of a fence, and trailing behind her were 8 little baby kittens. Someone said, "Where did you get all those kittens?" And she replied, "You gotta make calls." Mary Kay used to tell us that we should only worry about one thing, and that was how many parties we had on the books for next week. She said, if you're out of bookings, you're out of business. She would tell us, you must book. To tell you the truth, I would run out of bookings all the time. But I learned something that really made a difference for me. The more I asked for parties, the more I booked, the better I got at booking, coaching, and enthusing the hostess. Another time, I talked to Mary Kay about the results I was getting from training my new team members. Some were doing very well, but there were a few that were not cutting the mustard. I had convinced myself that it was something about me and my leadership. I was losing my confidence. I called Mary Kay and asked her what she thought I was doing wrong in my training, since I trained them all the same. I thought for sure it was me, something I was doing wrong. Mary Kay said something I will never forget. Anita, have you ever looked at the trees out at DFW Airport? I said, no. And she said, well, the next time you go out there, take a look at them. They were all planted the same day by the same man. They each got the same amount of sunshine, water, and fertilizer, but some of them are barely making it, while others are strong and robust. Recruits are like that. The answer is to just keep asking people and keep recruiting. You will get some more strong ones. They are not weak because of your training, and it's not your fault. The only thing you can do is go get more recruits. The ones who respond to our programs will do very well. Not everyone wants to take advantage of all we have to offer. You see, there's no way we can tell ahead of time who is going to be dedicated and have the desire and commitment. They have to show us after they fill out the agreement and pay for their kit. So this week, when you leave Dallas, I want you to look at the trees out at the airport and think about that conversation that I had with Mary Kay so very long ago. Another thing Mary Kay said to us to do was to tell each person that she could become a Mary Kay director. She noticed that some directors and consultants discussed the position of director with only the strongest consultants. Pretty soon, no one in their units were discussing the position of director anymore, because what was happening was multi-generations of consultants had never been talked to about it. This slowed down recruiting for those units a whole lot. It changed the results and culture of those units. Mary Kay became concerned about these units, and said, until we have a magic machine that will tell us who will become a director and who won't, we have to offer the position to each person. It's up to the consultants to decide if they want to do it or not. Our job is to offer her that chance, tell her we think she can do it, and believe in her. Over the years, I have known a lot of women, but the happiest ones I know are the ones who are in Mary Kay. Sometimes I think about that 23-year-old young woman I used to be, whom I now call Little Anita. And I marvel how she was willing to do everything Mary Kay asked of her. Little Anita was willing to do interviews at any time or place, even driving an hour to be able to do an interview on the 4th of July. Little Anita was willing to work the phone for 2 hours just to get her empty date book filled back up. She was willing to try again and again when things did not turn out the way she thought they would. She was even willing to make some sacrifices by holding Mary Kay parties instead of going to the gym 4 times a week. Now, girls, you know Mary Kay used to say she belonged to EA, Exercisers Anonymous. She said if you felt like doing it, call her and she would talk you out of it. Actually, Mary Kay made up her mind to exercise. Richard bought her a nice treadmill, and she was telling me that when you push that button, that you have to go and you can't stop it. She just loved it, and she told us to all go get one. You know, we should all exercise an hour a day, or at least 30 minutes a day, and work up to an hour 6 days a week. She used to tell us that after she was born, her mother slipped her into a size 14, and that was her size ever since. But really, if you're going up and down stairs in apartments and homes, you get plenty of exercise. You can hold some extra parties later on and get a personal trainer if you want. You'll be able to spend all your Mary Kay money on all the extras. You just hold lots of parties now. Well, now I'm Big Anita. I no longer really know that little girl, little Anita. She was a girl who did not know me, but somehow little Anita knew that she had to take care of an older lady she would meet someday called Big Anita. So in the same way, I want you to take care of Big Janie or Big Mary, whoever your big lady is. Now is the time. So repeat after me. Say your name after the word big. Big Janie. One more time. Big Janie. Great. Always be thinking about big, whoever you are, and you will make the right decisions today. She will be so grateful to the little girl you are now. I know you're already doing it because you're here at seminar and are going to go home and get a lot of parties booked. Speaking of time, did you know that if you take off 1 day a week just to play, and then that gives you only 4 days left for the week to work if you take off the weekends? But did you also know that if you add up all the normal days off during the year, like holidays, 4-day weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, and a 2-week vacation, and that 1 extra day a week when you're off, not working your business, this will cause you to be off work 6 months and 13 days a year. 6 months? You gotta be kidding. This sounds like the life of the lifestyle of the rich and famous without the money to go with it. When you get back to the room tonight, check this out with your calculator and you're going to be amazed. If someone were to say to you, well, I want to be a national sales director, but I want to take off 1 day a week just to play, I would tell her to work now because she can play later after she's reached her dream. Will taking off 1 extra day a week affect your dream? Mary Kay talked to us all the time about time management. She said this was the most precious thing that we had, time. When she built her round house, she decided that she wanted to hook a pretty rug for the entry of that house. Back in those days, the finest rugs were selling for quite a bit of money at the fancy stores. So she decided to have this challenge of making a hooked rug, but she didn't have the time to hook the rug. She already knew exactly how much time it required for her to get ready every morning, and she knew that if she got up 10 minutes earlier each day to work on that rug, that she could finish it in 6 months. She did finish that rug in 6 months and enjoyed it for years. So as busy as Mary Kay was, she figured out how to get what she wanted by knowing how much time it took to do what she wanted to do with her time. If we want to be successful, we have to get in the game. Ladies, book a party. It's fun. Speaking of fun, you know, Mary Kay provided directors with the opportunity to build in foreign countries. How exciting to travel to foreign countries and be the ambassador of goodwill for Mary Kay Cosmetics. I will never forget the time years ago when I opened Mexico. A cute little blonde director told me that she would go with me. I couldn't speak Spanish, but she said not to worry because she could speak Spanish and it was so easy. She said, it's just the same as English. You speak it very slowly and they can understand you, she told me. Well, I wasn't so sure about this, but I said okay. And pretty soon we were in Mexico. Well, of course, the first thing we did was go to a beauty salon to get our hair done. And there in the waiting area was another pretty girl. The director with me said, let's get her. I'll handle it. So she said, we are with Mary Kay Cosmetics from the USA. Would you like to be a consultant? The lady looked excited and sat back. What a coincidence. I am a Mary Kay consultant from the USA also. both said, great. Then she looked at us and said, I have a question. Why are we still speaking Spanish? When Mary Kay opened Argentina, she took Spanish lessons, you know. She loves speaking Spanish. At dinner in Buenos Aires, she wanted to order ice in her milk the way she liked it and proudly ordered leche con abuelo. Someone told her she was not ordering milk with ice in it. Instead, they told her what she actually ordered was milk with grandfather. After a second, Mary Kay said, how old is he? Ladies, if Mary Kay were here, she would tell you in any language, book a party. One woman can make up her mind to do something with this company and with the world and change it. And that one woman is you. I know you can do it. I love you very much. Enjoy your seminar. And thank you, Anita, Garrett, area for leading the way.